Let's check out 10 action figure lines from the 80s that make me angry. Welcome back to the Junk Room, everybody. It's me, the Junkman, coming back at you with another video. It's 8 o'clock. It's time for the 8 o'clock video. 2 videos a day, 12 and 8. You all know that, so we're going to get on with this video. Today we're going to look at 10 lines from the 80s, action figure lines that is, that failed. They're just one and done. In one series, they didn't do well. They failed at the toy stores. And not only that, just looking at them just make me angry. They're just stupid concepts. They're stupid toys. I don't know why. I just wanted to put myself in a bad mood today. So let's not waste any more of your time. And let's start with this GoBot wannabe toy line called Bug Bots. Why would you want to play with a bug? I never understand the gross out toys. Okay, they might be fun for a few minutes when you show your sister and she's like, oh, nasty. But no, I don't want to play with a bug. I don't want to play with a toy that looks like an orange fly. I mean, look at this thing. It's orange. And there's more than just this one. Pull them back and they got action. They just don't look like fun to me. At least it doesn't look like a cockroach. If it looked like a cockroach, oh, I would have smashed it with a hammer. And here's another one that's also kind of bug related. It's not really, I don't know if you would call this one an action figure. There's only 2 of them in this line, but I just had to bring it up because I knew a girl named Rebecca, and you know what that means if her name's Rebecca. I didn't like her. I'll be honest with you, I didn't like her. And I didn't have a reason not to like her. I didn't look at the look of her. She looked like a substitute teacher. I'll be honest with you. She was in the 4th grade. She looked like she should have been, she looked like she was about 40 years old, and she had a Pound Puppy watch, and that used to upset me also. I was like, oh, take that Pound Puppy watch off. You're too old for that. Even I knew in the 4th grade, you were too old for a Pound Puppy watch. Anyway, let's look at Pencil Pit. Here's another wind-up toy, but this one, you can stick your pencil in between. I don't know. I knew this girl, Rebecca. She had one of these. She had this worm-looking one, too, and she would let it sit on a desk. I don't know why she used it as a pencil holder, and she didn't use like a number 2 pencil. She had that stupid pencil. God, I hated these pencils. You remember these pencils? They had a little piece of plastic you would take out, and you didn't sharpen it. Okay, it was a plastic pencil, and when the point got bad, you would take the little white piece of plastic out and put it on top, and God, if you lost just one of those little bitty things to hold the lead, that's it. The rest of the pencil's not going to work. It's not going to work. It's just not going to work. You can try to shove some other stuff down. I hated these pencils. Why did they make these pencils? Oh, they still make them today, or did they learn their lesson? And then we went from there to the click pencils. Remember those? You could just click it when the lead would break. You just click. I don't know. But let's look at another toy that just drives me mad. Here's Demon Rangers. Oh, at least it came with 2 figures. I do give them that. But it's just a fake G.I. Joe wannabe. And look at this guy here. I know it looks kind of like Carl Urban's character on The Boys, but it's not. It's not. But why is he wearing booty shorts? He's not Daisy Duke. Look at this. He's supposed to be some bad guy, but he's wearing a leather vest and leather booty shorts. And somehow he has a skin pocket on his leg. That's just gross. And I'm not even going to talk about this other guy that looks like he might be French. Demon Rangers. I don't even like the name of this one here, but nothing I don't think got my blood boiling as much as a fake HeMan line. There were so many fake HeMan lines out there in the 80s. Let's just look at this one and get it over with. Here's Earth Force Deluxe playset. That's not a deluxe playset. That's a figure with some accessories. Just because you got this wannabe HeMan, it comes with a mask you can put on him, a chest plate, and some silver boots. That's not a playset. And right there on the package, it tells you it can be played with most 6-inch figures. You know what that means? Hey, here's something to play with your He-Man figures. What a ripoff. Oh, this is the kind of toy your grandma buys you on Christmas when you ask for He-Man. Let's look at another one. It's another fake G.I. Joe line. GungHo. What a stupid name. There was actually a figure in the G.I. Joe line called GungHo. But they're just copying that name. According to the package, he's the International Security Force. Oh, brother, this looks horrible. And look at his little red hat. I just hate looking at this figure. And this isn't the only one in the line. Be honest with you, I don't like fake G.I. Joes. I never got into G.I. Joe figures. I know a lot of you guys tell me how great G.I. Joe was, and I never had them, but the ones I did have, I hated them. I hated their legs. They would get all wobbly, and you shake them, and they wouldn't stand up. I hated how the G.I. Joe figures were made. They were joints all over them. They'd been here and been there. I want my Star Wars, I don't like Star Wars figures. I just want to be able to do, up and down, turn head and legs. I don't need anything else. I don't need my knees to bend and my ankles to bend. I don't need a rubber band to snap in the middle. And you know these cheap G.I. Joe ones, you know that rubber band's going to pop within a week. They probably use old rotten rubber bands to make these. Let's look at another. Oh, I remember seeing this line at a Revco back in the 80s. And it made me mad then, but makes me even more madder today. Look at this thing. It has nipples. What does he think he is, Batman in the 90s? Oh, I hate this figure. It just screams cheap. The bubble looks cheap. The package looks cheap. Everything about it looks cheap. Even the stupid name, Battlehawk. Ooh. And look at this guy's weapon. What is that? Just a stick with a handle on it? Now, there's one thing worse than a rip-off He-Man line. It's a rip-off He-Man line that's also ripping off Roman soldiers. I hate anything that takes place in the Roman times. Even as a kid, I hate anything with kings and knights on it, and I don't know, I just never got into that. And look at this toy line. Fantasy World, fully posable action warrior. More like a fully posable disappointment. Look at this. Who would be happy with this? You know it's that little cheap thin plastic too when you take it out of the bubble. You know what I'm talking about. Some figures were so cheap you could almost see through the plastic if you held it up to the light. I bet this is one of those figures. It looks horrible. And I don't know why a knight hasn't come with a cape. Knights don't fly. Now there was one thing really big in the 80s and I did like, that was ninjas. I did a whole video about how big ninjas were in the 80s. And when it comes to action figures, they made ninjas. They made karate action figures. I don't know what the difference is. Is there such thing as ninjas? I've never seen a real ninja. I've never even seen anybody. It's like, I remember Soldier Fortune magazine. You could send off to how to be trained like a ninja or something. But other than that, I've never seen, I've seen people that do karate and other things, but I've never seen a real ninja. Anyway, there was Kung Fu, there was karate, there were ninja. But look at this toy line. This is Dragon Force, Dragon Master. Now just look at this package here, you're thinking Dragon Master, that's the name, right? That's the name of the figure. No, that's the name of the toy line. And there was 3 different ones. You had Dragon Force, Ninja Dragon Master, Dragon Force, Kung Fu Dragon Master, and Dragon Force, Karate Dragon Master. And I hate any toy line that doesn't have a name. These action figures didn't have names. Whew, that's pretty bad. But this one ended up on my worst action figure video I did. You know, I do a video series of worst action figures, and this was one of them. So I almost didn't put it on the list, but it's so god stupid, I had to put it on there. They made action figures based on blue jeans. Wrangler action figures. Gee, I guess the only thing could be worse than a Wrangler action figure is a Rustler action figure. If you don't know what Rustlers are, well, they're the poor man's Wranglers. Let's say that again. The poor man's Wranglers. Anyways, you can see they're cowboys. They're doing really manly stuff. These are manly action figures. But sorry, I don't want to play with action figures based on blue jeans. No, I just don't want to do it. And that, my friend, leaves us with the last one. And this one, maybe it doesn't look that bad, but just the whole concept of it, this one's it's just strange. It's just strange. Did you know they made Doctors Without Borders action figure line? They did. Here is Mission, well, I'm not going to say it, but if you go to Google and translate it, it means Doctors Without Borders. I'm not bullshitting you. That's Doctors Without Borders. Now, I got nothing wrong with a line of doctor figures. I think that's kind of cool. Comes with an ambulance and cars and everything. But look at the victims they release in this line. It might be kind of racist. Look at this guy here. You can actually see his rib cage. And look at the bottom of the package. Does he come with a gun like most action figures? Nope. He comes with a vaccine. Now, I posted this figure on Instagram the other day and Facebook. And both of them, they added a COVID warning to it. I didn't even say anything about the figure. I just put the picture up and let it speak for itself. And Facebook and Instagram put a COVID warning on it. Again, I have no problem with the doctor part of it. I think that's pretty cool. It's just so strange that they would call them Doctors Without Borders. Just call them ambulance men or something. I don't understand. It's just too weird for me. It's too freaky. This is just too freaky for the Junkman. Oh, I got to go rest. This is Doctors Without Borders action figures. What will they come up with next? Anyway, I'm going to go calm down. I'll see you tomorrow at noon for another video. Who's out there being so loud? Why do cars have to... Okay, we see you. You got a car. Ooh, we're impressed. I'm getting out of here. Shit, I can't take this anymore.
Hey, Junkman channel popping though. Thank you, sir, for that unsolicited testimony.